In trading, knowledge is power, and lack of knowledge in what you're doing can be costly, very costly. So you need a solid foundation of quality market education. Whether you're new to trading or a seasoned veteran looking to add advanced strategies to your arsenal, there's always something to learn and something to improve on. And now you can access the same knowledge that professional traders receive with Market Rebellion's Trading Education. I'm Bill Johnson, Head of Options Education here at Market Rebellion, and we've assembled a comprehensive curriculum based on decades of real trading experience, covering everything you need to know about trading options from beginner to advanced. We go way beyond the nuts and bolts of options theory to teach you how to apply specific trading strategies and the techniques needed to adapt your trades when markets shift. Regardless of your goals, you'll gain access to the education you need with easy-to-consume lessons so you can learn to trade with confidence, enhance your knowledge, and master the practical skills required for market success. So please join us for in-depth trading education only from Market Rebellion.
Good afternoon, once again, Market Rebels. Yes, it's that time, and Stu, we're 1 week closer to Riverwalk,
Yes,
and it's it's going to be fun. But as a little precursor, we're going to be throwing out a little taste of some of the many topics we're going to be talking about. If we had to put it into a big category, it's how the retail investor thinks and why they're placing trades versus the professional.
And trying to bridge that mindset, that thinking into a more structured approach versus an opinionated approach.
Exactly right. So for those of you who are in Riverwalk or near there or willing to fly there, it's going to be a phenomenal time. Riverwalk, Texas. Look it up on Google. It's a phenomenal resort. We're going to be there 24th and 25th of July. You can go to marketrebellion.com homepage, and right down here, there's a link, give you some more information and prices and all that kind of stuff. But we'd love to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of interaction with the group, not a typical 10 different presenters talking for 45 minutes. It's a class. It's a workshop.
Yep.
We're going to be doing how is the limit order book formed? Who's controlling the quotes? Why does this matter? All with live demonstrations. Okay, so
you're going to be playing market maker.
You're going to be playing market maker. Yep, you will.
You will be the market maker. Yes.
And you're going to see
the liquidity provider.
Yes. All good stuff. So let's take a look at our Chalk Talk today. Option strategies are created to profit from what you think will happen. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a follow-on from last week where we talked about strike space, and that's most people have these misperceptions about the reason for using strategies. I think the stock is going higher, or I think it's going to sit still. Let me do a butterfly. But then as we talked about last week, well, why not a calendar? Why would they have two different strategies that do exactly the same thing if that's the reason for them? The answer is that's not the reason for them. Those are all stories that traders talk about. So again, this whole idea of bridging this misperception between retail traders and professionals, where is the game played?
Where is the game played? Where is it played?
If it's not played in, I think the stock is going to sit still, or I think it's going higher, but I need to hedge theta, what are we doing? What is the big difference?
That's part of our goal here, everyone.
Yeah.
Ask yourself the question, come up with the idea that maybe my answer is not really an accurate answer, and then ask yourself, well, what could it be?
What is the answer?
That's where we're trying to get you to go.
That's right. So as we talked about last week, the thing to understand is that option strategies are bets on the shape of the distances, slopes, or curvatures, not on price outcomes. Now, I know that's a very big leap for a lot of people to take. So as a quick refresher from last week, we talked about strike space, where we're looking at different strikes and the prices for a given stock price and expiration. All strategies are built from here. So as we saw, if you're doing the 90 call, you're making a bet about a mispricing of that slope. If you're doing a vertical spread, it's a mispricing of that slope. So this is where we have to figure out, why are we doing this strategy? So to make a good analogy, these are going to be some of the demonstrations we'll do. Let's go to a casino here, Stu, and take a look at roulette.
Fun game.
So yeah, so now think about this. Let's do it in Trader Talk. Could we pull up a roulette wheel and see patterns? Oh yeah, I see red, black, I see some green sitting opposite of each other. I see there's odd and even numbers. There's loads of patterns in there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, oh, and you know what? I can buy something for, let me look down here at the prices and find, now I'm a trader. You are fooling yourself. That is not where the game is played.
Bet one to make 35 all day long, right? Didn't we hear that?
Oh yeah, because I got a great risk-reward ratio. There's another misperception.
Yeah.
That's got to be good. It's low risk and high reward.
Yeah.
Nope, it's high risk. That's why the price is low.
Yeah, super
So
high.
now, this is the way that Stu and I would look at it in professionals in terms of roulette. We're going to look at this and say, I don't care what the patterns are that you see.
They're all equal.
I don't care that you see a head and shoulders and that you think that it's going high. We don't care. Let's look at the game we're playing. And if we bet on a single number, we have a 1, there's 38 spaces on the wheel. There's 1 out of 38 chances to win 35. That's the payoff printed right there on the felt. Therefore, we have a 37 out of 38 chance of losing our dot. This is assuming we're doing a $1 bet. We multiply these out, we add them up, and what do we get? Minus a little over 5.25%. What that means is that you are, on average, throwing away 5 cents or 5% of your bet. Not every time. You could certainly win. You could go on streaks where you win. This is what's called an expected value. It doesn't tell you what's going to happen on any given bet. It's just showing you the long run result. So as I've often said, if Stu is sitting here playing roulette on a single number, and I'm standing next to him in the casino flipping a nickel into the trash can, on average, we are doing exactly the same thing. If you do 100 spins of this, 100 times that is what? $5. You would expect to be down $5. So we're going to look at this and go, move on. In options trading terms, this will be an implied volatilities, and we'll say this isn't even a game we want to play. Notice we never looked at a chart.
See, Bill, if you look at this and you see the option chain instead of this,
exactly,
everything is the same.
It's the same thing. That's why this is a great analogy.
You buy one versus buying another. There's got to be something more to it. See, how can you buy one and sell another one if you're going to do a spread? They're the same thing. How can you create what you think is an edge by buying and selling what appears to be the same thing?
When you're in a bad game, all you can do is stay in a bad game. Yeah. So that's the whole thing. People say, well, the options don't know that they're paired up. If you buy the 100 call and sell the 105, they don't know that the other one is sitting in there. That's a trader story.
Bill, what's behind the middle there? I think there's something behind the middle, isn't there?
We're going to get there. It's good observation. So Stu and I are going to look at this and say, nothing here to see, move on.
Move on.
But not so fast, because as we're searching through this board, there's another bet that I didn't put up here. It's called the 5-number bet, or the basket bet. It's the top 5 numbers on the felt there. And if we looked at that one, it actually carries about an 8% edge. And it's sometimes called the sucker bet in roulette. So now we find that it can only go from bad to worse. However, this is where things start getting really interesting. This is the big eye-opener. These are all bad bets individually, but relatively speaking, you heard Stu talk about that last week when we talked about strike space. He said it's a relative mispricing. That's another hard concept. So now Stu and I might look at this and go, you know what? These are really bad bets. However, some are less bad.
Or more badder.
As our friend Greg would say, or more badder.
Or less not badder, or some crazy terminology.
Exactly.
But I look at this and I say, I want to sell that one in the middle. I don't want to buy the other ones, even though the other ones are really bad. Sure. The other ones are better. The other one in the middle is better. That's my spread. And that shows up in the implied volatilities, people.
Right. And did he ever say, let me see what the chart is? No.
No.
He said, I want to sell. Now, again, in a casino, you can't do this for this very reason. But let's say that you could take a long or a short bet. Stu is going to look at this and say, well, let's sell, relatively speaking, the really, really bad one. I'm going to get cash, and I'm going to buy chips to do what? Buy those same numbers. There's your spread. So here's what it's going to look like on the felt. There's your basket bet, also called the basket. Those are your top 5 numbers. And so Stu's going to say, let's place our chip right there that says I want to bet on those 5. And so he's going to short, again, you couldn't do this in a casino, but to understand the concepts of options strategies, you would short that. Why? Because it's the more badder one.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking, it is the worst of them. He's going to short that, get a credit, and then what's he going to do with those chips? He's going to place them on those. It becomes a risk arb.
Yeah.
There's your trade.
Why, Bill? Why can't I do this in the casino? Why won't the casino people? Why
casino
won't the casino let you do this?
Casinos would all be broke. Yeah. Exactly. They would all be broke. And it also brings up another good point. Why doesn't a casino care if you start looking for patterns? Because it doesn't matter because of this right here. They don't care. Cover the whole board.
They want you to find patterns.
They want you to find patterns, keep you engaged.
Yeah.
Stu and I are going to look at this and go, you know what? There's nothing here to see, move on. And yet you're going to hear traders say, well, you know what? I think it's going higher and we could sell this one because it's got some high extrinsic value and we'll hedge theta. And everybody goes, oh, this is brilliant. You're buying a bad bet and selling a bad bet.
This might show up on the option chain as I don't know, like you're 55 vol on the buy side and 62 vol on the sell side. So you have a 7-tick difference that generally trades at maybe 3 ticks. And
3 ticks.
That extra 4, that's where your edge.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. It's not going to show up in the dollars of the option. It's going to show up in the implied volatility.
Correct. So anyway, that would be the trade. And once again, we never had to look at a chart. We just had to say, how are these? Remember, dollars are outputs. That's where the trading is done. Now think about for yourselves, what are you doing? What have you been told? And if you listen to the reasons that you're putting on strategies, they're going to fit into one of those molds. Here's what I think. I think the stock is going higher. I think I need to hedge theta. Is this even a game you even want to play? Here's the question. Not what you think. So anyway, again, those are things we're going to be doing in some very cool demonstrations. So retail traders trade beliefs about the future. Professional traders trade the price of uncertainty. So think about that right there. It's a very big change in mindset. So here's our Chalk Talk question. Option strategies are created to profit from what you think will happen. Is that true or false? It is dangerously false. That is not what strategies are there to do. So anyway, another fun one, and you're probably thinking, oh, I got lots of questions. That's what Riverwalk's going to be for. And the ensuing Q&A, you get free Q&A for a year.
For a year. That's right. For a year.
So you can come and take all kinds of cool notes, and for the next year, come up and just keep asking questions. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun. And we hope to see you there, Stu. We'll see you later for Q&A as well.
Q&A, yep.
All right, we'll see you next week, everyone.